Welcome to Module 1, Lesson 1. As you saw in the previous video, the main purpose of this module is to teach us one way of bringing the outside world into the real world, as in things that are going on in the world, into our history class. Just to be clear, this module isn't about bringing in an event randomly. Maybe let's say something happened, there was a big huge event in the news that you saw and you wanted to talk about it in class. This module isn't really about how to do that. This module is about how to weave something that may have happened into what we're already teaching now, more premeditated. So that's what this module is more about. To get to that point, I wanted to talk about 3 teaching principles real quick. 1 is planning in advance. 2 is front loading, and 3 is getting students to do homework. It's a pretty big one. Planning in advance. It's really difficult to bring in an outside news story if you don't know that you're getting there, if you don't know how you're going to get there. It's important to have a smooth narrative in the classroom because a lot of times the students don't come with a lot of background knowledge, so if you just jump from thing to thing in the history class, it's very difficult for the students. So if you know you want to get to a certain activity where you talk about a current event, you have to know how to get there before you get there. And that's why planning in advance is so critical. Know the steps that you're going to take before you get to where you want to go. So if that means planning a week or 2 in advance, maybe you don't have to have all the lessons written out, word by word, verbatim, but you do have to know. It's very helpful to know how you're going to get to where you're going to get to. And doing that allows you to front load. What front loading means is providing students with some background knowledge that they'll need to have before they need it. If you know where you're going to go, then you know what the students need to know so once you take them where you take them, they know what's going on. So front loading, just to keep it real simple, is just telling students what they need to know to prep them for when a certain lesson comes up. But you can't front load unless you plan in advance. And the last thing I want to talk about is homework. Homework is a great way to front load, and it's a great way students do stuff at home. But the thing is like, as we all know, students, it's real hard for us as teachers to get them to do homework. So some of the things that you can do is have the same type of homework assignment often, meaning the students already know how to do the homework if they're doing the same type of stuff. Oftentimes students don't do homework not because, sometimes they do homework because they don't want to, but a lot of times it's because it's too difficult for them. They don't know how to do it, so they say, I'm not even going to put in the effort because I don't know, so I just won't do it. So there's different staple assignments you can go to for homework. You can have them watch something on the news, whatever. What I do is I have the students take Cornell notes. It's a very specific type of note-taking that there's different steps. So since it's very specific and it's a step-by-step approach, if you teach the students that method, after a while they get comfortable with it. So since they're comfortable with the platform that they have of doing homework, that's one less obstacle that they have to go through to do homework. They always understand it. Now it's as to whether they want to or not. So, for this, for lesson 1, what you're gonna have to do, your assignments for this module is to watch the Cornell Note video in case you don't know what Cornell Notes are, and check out the infographic that kind of provides rationale for Cornell note taking. So after you watch it, so if you know what Cornell notes are, what I want you to do for this lesson is just take the notes. Don't write the questions or the summary or annotate the notes. Just write the notes. Just fold the paper and write the notes. And that's it. That's all you have to do for this lesson. So thank you. Have a good one.